Morgils Cartoon Company. Just for fun.
Stanley Seagull. Afraid of the water. Now Stanley was about the nicest seagull you could ever meet. He had lots of friends. He had wonderful parents, a great sister, an older brother. When he wasn't harassing him, could be almost likable. Stanley had a perfect life, except for one little thing. Stanley was afraid of the water. He didn't even like to fly over it. He could never just relax and float on water with his friends. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why does he need to go on the water? He can fly. What you may not know, seagulls socialize and have their morning meetings on the water to decide where everyone will go that day. For example, some go to the dump, others the pier, and are lucky if you get to poop on cars and tourists. And also, it's a great place to meet girl gulls. Stanley could never figure out why he was so afraid of water. When he was younger, his parents had him go to a therapist. And all that did was make him deathly afraid of therapists. Poor Stanley so wanted to be like his friends. But Stanley was the odd duck, or seagull in this case. His friends tried to help him get over his fears in many ways over the years. Most of their attempts were poorly thought out, or just stupid. They didn't help, and may have made things worse. One day, Stanley was just walking along the shore, feeling a little sorry for himself, when he came upon two snails, arguing with each other about who was the fastest. Stanley thought this was rather odd. He had never thought about how lucky he was to be able to fly. He suggested they should have a race down to the pier and back. They thought that was a great idea. Stanley said he would come back in a few days to watch the finish. Stanley started thinking he didn't do that too often. When he was younger, his older brother told him that thinking too much can give you headaches and diarrhea. So he tried to avoid thinking whenever possible. He knew he must find someone very wise to help him get over his fear of the water. He would ask everyone he knows, who is the wisest person on the beach? The answer was always the same. Eugene, the not-so-dumb. Who is this Eugene person, and why didn't he know about him before? Where can I find him? He asked. He was told, you could find Eugene the wise, only when you are ready to change.
Yes, Eugene, the not-so-dumb, he's kind of smart.
Oh yes, Eugene is the one to see.
Eugene, the not-so-dumb. He rules.
Eugene will help you if you can find him.
Stanley felt some diarrhea coming on from thinking. He would start his search for Eugene the wise. He was ready. Stanley started walking the beach, looking for any mystical signs that would lead him to Eugene, the not-so-dumb. Will there be a sign in the clouds, or maybe a whisper from an unseen spirit? Could this possibly be the sign I was looking for? He thought. Well, this was not exactly the mystical sign he was hoping for. Oh well. Stanley spies a strange snail, with a helmet, guarding a giant clam shell.
Who is it that wishes to speak to Almighty Eugene, the not-so-dumb?
Stanley, Seagull, he said.
$5 please, cash only.
What's happening? Little dude man or bird or something?
Oh great, not so dumb. I wish to no longer fear the water, Stanley proclaimed.
Hey man, are you like a bird? That's cool. I'm not. You got feathers and stuff. Cool. I drank a milkshake one time. I think it was vanilla. I think it was made with milk, not water. If they made it with water, I still would drink it. Soap's cool. I washed once. Hey, you are a bird. Cool. I'm not. So like, catch you later, little bird dude.
Eugene, the not-so-dumb, is now closed. No refunds. Have a nice day.
Stanley was stunned. That was brilliant. I was overwhelmed with his wisdom, Stanley said to himself. Now I just have to figure out what the heck he was talking about. Stanley pondered and thought hard, always wary of the diarrhea threat. Eugene talked about a vanilla milkshake, and he talked about soap. This could mean only one thing. I must take a milkshake bath to wash away the fear. Or maybe not. Stanley felt very low. He thought Eugene was the answer. He wasn't. Maybe he will just be happy with who he is. He remembered the snails who were totally happy with who they were. I can fly, I can walk, I have a supportive family, I have friends, and if I find a reason that is big enough, I will face my fear of the water. Until then, I am thankful.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, you're kinda cute. Do you wanna go swimming?
Yes, I love the water.
Ooh.
Wow, this is just like in the movies. Looks like Stanley found his reason. A girl named Charlotte. A happy ending, how nice. Always be thankful for what you have, but always be looking for a reason to improve.